Have you ever thought building a SMA or actual business is unbelievably complicated? You don't even know what to do with it. But today I'll be actually breaking down my whole 45K month agency. I'm not one of those gurus who lies about everything and you're wondering, what the hell do I sell to make money? And this video will show you exactly what I do. It's just a social media marketing agency, and I've been running it for about 60 days. I'm about at 45K months. So I'll be actually breaking down everything in a micro. I have nothing to sell you at all through this video, so enjoy and hope you get some value from it. All right, so let's get into this 40K month agency. So obviously we need to start with the appointment booking system. So I have two channels in terms of appointment booking. One is paid Facebook ads and one is my cold calling team. So let's start with my paid Facebook ads. You do not need to complicate paid Facebook ads. So this is literally my Facebook ad that I've been using for months. I've just changed it in this last week, and that's because I don't want you guys to copy my Facebook ad word for word. Don't do that, because then it'll just get saturated and it'll work less well. So this is the one I was using before. The new one that I'm using right now is very similar to this, but you do not need to overcomplicate these things. Like, super simple call to action, 3 listings, 9 days guaranteed. This is a popular real estate influencer that I use in my ad, so all of the realtors actually knew what it was about and who it is. So it was just kind of a pattern disrupt, and it's working really well. So this is getting me about 3 to 6 appointments every day. So on the other hand, I have a cold calling team that books appointments, so I do 6 to 8 appointments a day. I have 4 cold callers. Around the cold calling team gets about 6 to 8 appointments a day. These guys are on part-time, but they're still killers, and whenever they're the time they call. But 6 to 8 appointments for the team is more than enough for 2 sales guys, which I'll get to in a second. So 4 cold callers, I'll show you exactly how I pay them out. So I do pay per appointment basis, but also kind of a hybrid commission basis. So super simple. I do payouts for 25 USD per qualified show. So what does per qualified show mean? It means they have watched the pre-call video fully that we have sent them. They're not just hopping on the call. They're not just wanting to know the price hopping on a call. Then as soon as they hear the price, they leave. It's not the way we want to get leads in the door. And they're actually interested in going through the sales process and wanting to learn more. This gives them an incentive to book the appointments, but as well, a pressure on the sales team for us to actually close the appointments and get those cold callers paid out. So this works really well. It's been working really well for months and months with our team. So this results in about 9 to 14 appointments a day. Some days it'll be around 15, even 16. So it's kind of hit or miss some days, especially with the ads. It's not absolutely guaranteed what you'll get, but it's kind of 9 to 14 is the average. So I have 2 closers on the team. So I have 2 closers that go through the sales process, obviously, get these appointments in. You'll find, at least for me, the actual cold calling appointments, the show rate will be a bit lower. And this is just because they've opted in the ad themselves and they're voluntarily signing themselves up, going through the pre-call and all those things. So we seem to have a better closing rate on the Facebook ads, but also at the same time, it's not that much of a difference that we don't need to take off the cold callers. It's just one of those things where we seem that to work better. But I have 2 closers at the moment. As soon as I start ramping up the ads, maybe getting another few cold callers on the team, aiming for the 100K months, then I can get a 3rd closer on, but we just have 2 at the moment. So what happens when a client gets signed? So the client goes through the process, they watch the pre-call video, all that good stuff. So the client gets signed. I have many Zapier automations. So I'm actually going to go on my Zapier automations to show you. I'm going to block out all the client information because I don't want you guys on YouTube to be contacting my clients. Please don't do that or try to do that. So this is the email that I send the clients. So this is after they book an appointment in Calendly, right? So it says, Joe from State Launch here, stoked to confirm your spot. I just sent you one last email with the calendar invite. So they accept the calendar invite. The invite goes on their calendar and they see the Zoom call on their calendar. But before we dive in, please hit play on a quick must-watch video at State Launching Pre-Call. It's your ticket to claim 35 listings, regardless of market conditions. Regardless of market conditions is completely pre-handling all their objections on the call. That actually is mentioning, oh, the market's bad at the moment, I don't want to sign. Like, let's wait 3 months. So it's pre-handling that during our meeting, no kidding. Why the rush? It's all about exclusivity. There's one realtor in one area. So we are an area exclusivity agency, so we literally only work with one client per area, and we do this no matter what. So don't let them snag their spot, commit to success. So this is all automated. Like, we don't want to be sending these emails ourselves, obviously. The reason I actually do this is also a note you guys should keep in mind. The reason I do it through Zapier and not Calendly is because the Zapier sends from my personal email. So in terms of Calendly, it sends from their Calendly automation bot. And when they respond on Calendly, it always goes to my spam or it just doesn't get through to my email. So sending through my personal email with all these variables in place is actually much higher chance of ending up in the inbox, and as well just me seeing it and them seeing a personalized email and actually think it's personalized email, right? So that is the pre-call email. I'll also show you the Zapier when the payment comes through in our welcome email for all the clients signing onto the team. So, hey, first name, welcome to State Launch family. I'm super happy to have you part of the team, sign the contract. This is also the client resources. I will blur this out so you're not going on my client resources. Our team will add you to the CRM as soon as possible if you need me for anything else. So super simple, just that initial touch point when they sign on and they're not getting ghosted from when they're signing on. So we want as many touch points as possible and as much client communication as possible, right? So what happens from here is it's onboarding process, right? All automated when they're getting the emails, all these things. But then they also, through Zapier, get emails in onboarding form. And what this onboarding form consists of is, you know what, I'll actually just show it right now. I'll open the onboarding form. So this is my actual onboarding form. So this just says, please fill out this brief form so we can hit the ground running. So the purpose of this form is to collect their information so I can send it to my VA who runs my Google Ads for me. So this gets sent over to them. I get the full name, primary phone number, what email do they want, what areas do they want to target through the Google Ads, when would you like our team to launch the campaigns, just in case they want like 2 weeks or a week or as soon as possible. It's good for us to know. And just a high quality headshot of them for our landing page. And I also asked them, just for my client kind of research, my niche research, if you've worked with agencies in the past, what has gone wrong and what would you like to avoid? Because if there's a client that, let's say we do something that they don't like or they just have a touch point which got screwed by an agency before, we don't want to screw them over. We don't want to get them bad results. We want to do the absolute best possible job that we could, right? At the end, it says, if you have one main objective working with us, what would it be? So that's just the last question there. So this goes directly to my VA. So that onboarding form got all the information I needed to run the Google Ads, to target all of those things. So the service delivery VA runs all of the ads for them, sets up the Google Ads, targets the Google Ads, all those things. So sets up landing pages, go high level automation, all these things, right? So that's what we do for service delivery. So from there, we do our database reactivation, where we text all of their old client leads or all the leads that opted into a form. A lot of people and a lot of niches have these numbers just lying around everywhere. Like, this is very common. So we do a database reactivation to start off the campaign, and this works really well for real estate as well. Next, we go into a 5-star review campaign, which activates their current clients that have not left a 5-star review before, and we do this all through Go High Level. Next, the VA sets up the Google Ads client landing page through the Go High Level snapshot. So we do have a Go High Level snapshot that is optimized and tested for each client that signs up with us. Obviously, it's a very similar snapshot, but we're not actually working with realtors from the same area, so it doesn't matter. We're going to get them great results because they're all different areas. It's all different landing pages for each area, so it's completely fine. From there, we have in the snapshot all of the text reminders, all of the email reminders, all of those things that get sent to the client when they sign up with us and when they book an appointment with the actual realtor or the peer person, in your case with your niche. We also, from Go High Level, have lead form submitted workflows. So the lead form submitted is when they actually put their information to the lead form, but then they don't actually book an appointment on the calendar. So this just gets them the extra step and the extra reminder to book the actual appointment, because we don't want them sending their lead in but just not booking the appointment, because obviously a listing appointment for real estate, and especially for you in your niche, is going to be the most important thing, actually getting a date on the calendar with your client from your actual advertising. So I hope this all helps. This is my whole agency simplified. There's a saying that says simplicity scales in business, and that's absolutely true. I try to keep everything absolutely as optimized and dialed in as possible. I don't want to overcomplicate something that doesn't need to be complicated. So super simple, the appointment booking systems, the closing systems, service delivery systems, all those things. If you guys want me to go in more depth with one of these channels or one of these things in my agency, I am more than welcome to. Just drop a comment. Again, I have nothing to sell you. If you enjoyed the video, maybe just subscribe and like. Thank you so much.